Carlos, what do you think of the Nimmo Lindor 1-2 switch? The way it worked out.
It's baseball, you know. When I make a lot of decisions, you know, whether it's when I'm making out a lineup, when I'm making a pitching change, as you guys saw it, and they're going to work, and they're not going to, when they don't work, you know, it's on me. When they work, it's on the player. I mean, that's as simple as that, you know. Look, when you're talking about two really good players, for me as a manager to make those type of decisions is a lot easier when they're all in, you know. I didn't have to talk to him today in between games because every time I go up to him, hey, what do you think about 5-hole? What do you think about cleanup? What do you think about 2-hole? Like, the same answer is always the same. I'll do whatever you need me to do. Pull Lindor in between games. Congrats to him on the All-Star selection. So, you know, and I use that about, you know, hey, this is what I'm thinking. And the first thing he said is, whatever you feel is best for the team, I'm all in. So, like, when you get superstars that are willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win a baseball game, as a manager, that's all you need. That is a privilege for me. And I'm glad that, you know, they went out there and they executed and we got good results today.
Understanding that it was still very early in the game and you don't know what's going to happen, how would you describe the emotion and the feeling in the dugout when they go back-to-back there and break things open early? Yeah,
especially the name one. You know, we've been missing that big one there, you know. And to be able to beat an arm like that, that's pretty electric right there. You know, he's 100, he's a 96 miles per hour slider and a 92 changeup. Like, you don't see that. So in order to beat guys like that, you need a couple of guys on, and I thought Beatty did a hell of a job, Mauricio did a hell of a job. Sanger puts the ball in play and sets the table for Nim that finally, as a team, you know, we get the big one. I've been saying it. You know, we got a lot of good hitters there, and we just got to continue to support them. And then Lindor back-to-back like that, you know, it was a good feeling in the dugout. It was a good feeling overall because of what, you know, we're going through right now.
Bill?
How good was it to see Blade Tidwell give you length?
Huge. You know, that was kind of like how we mapped it out today, you know, going with an opener and trying to get 5 or 6 out of Tidwell there and then just trying to piece it together. But he was huge, you know. I thought the fastball had life. I thought the secondary is the slider, the sweeper, threw strikes. And when he got behind, he came back and made pitches when needed. So I thought he was really good for us today.
Also, how good was it to see Lindor make this All-Star team as a starter?
Yeah, proud of him. I know how hard he's been working. I know last year was a big topic, and finally for him to be recognized not only as an All-Star but as a starter, you know, you got to give him obviously credit to him and everybody that supported him. But there's a lot of people working really hard behind the scenes with him, and finally, for the first time since he's been a Mets, you know, he's pretty special. So proud of him, and you know, hopefully he's the first one of a few guys that are also going to be named there.
Abby?
How did you decide to flip Nimmo and Lindor? What did you like specifically about having those two guys and you know, the left-hander and then a switch hitter? And was it just to kind of maybe get Lindor going a bit? No, it was just more like with the way they're set up bullpen-wise with the two lefties. And we saw it played out today. I was able to get an extra at-bat for Nim against the starter, and then they brought him the lefty and, you know, at least get one righty, you know, so he gets Lindor. So I was just more trying to split Nim and Soto with the two pretty high leverage lefty, tough left on left, and it worked out today. It was just basically who we're playing pretty much. Mazeroski was pretty impressive in the first inning. I think he touched 102. What were you guys able to do well and stay patient against him in the second inning? Controlling the strike zone. Yeah, we were able to hit that big one for Nim and Lindor, but like I said, huge at-bats by Mauricio and Beatty. And then Sanger putting the ball in play, and for us to be able to turn the lineup over was huge. So I thought we made him work. When you see 101, 100, 96, 92 changeup, you're going like, wow, that's a pretty special arm. But again, I thought we made him work. You know, a lot of 3-ball counts. So we force him in the strike zone. And when we do that, we're a pretty good offensive team.
Andrew.
Just with the lineup, is it safe to say that maybe you're willing to be a little bit more flexible moving forward? I think it had been something like 200 games where Lindor was leadoff for you guys. What's that like for you?
Yeah, we'll continue to be flexible, especially when we're trying to find ways. Every situation is different. Tomorrow, I got to go back now and kind of play around. We're facing Quintana, a lefty. We'll see. The good thing is there's a lot of good options there. So whether you go 1 through 5 with certain guys, 1 through 7, you just continue to put guys in position where we feel, they're going to have success.
Daniel, on the left.
Carlos, la ofensiva atacó temprano hoy y el picheo se encargó de los demás. Háblame de eso.
Sí, no, importante, especialmente como estamos enfrentando un brazo de calidad como el que estamos enfrentando hoy. Hicimos un buen trabajo forzándolo en la zona de strike, no chaseamos, tremendo turno de Mauricio, tremendo turno de Beatty, Senger pone la bola en juego y pone la mesa servida, como quien dice, para Nimmo, que al finalmente pues podemos conseguir ese batazo importante, clave. Lindor con su jonrón, obviamente un día especial para él y para todos nosotros, siendo seleccionado para el Juego de Estrella por primera vez con los Mets de Nueva York, orgulloso de él y sé que es el primero que de muchos que Dios mediante van a seguir nombrados, pero volviendo a la pregunta, pues obviamente buenos turnos y importante victoria para nosotros.
Joe on the right.
Carlos, do you have an update on Kodai Senga after his bullpen today?
It went well, so he threw a lot. But that's, I guess, no news, good news, right? So I got to get back and talk to Hef. But, he went well.
Played first major league win. How's that feel?
Feels great. It's something you dream about your whole life, and to go out there and do it is unbelievable feeling.
What were you able to do so well today?
I think just execute pitches a lot better than I had previous outing. Just get ahead and attack the other team. We had a 5-run lead because our offense came through, so it was just getting ahead of guys.
I know it's still so early for you, but what have you taken away from your first few outings, and what have you learned so far?
It all starts with strike one, and if you don't execute up here, usually you get punished, and that's what I've learned. That's the biggest takeaway.
What was it like pitching at home for the first time?
It was awesome. The environment was electric, and it was really cool. It was a little different than on the road because you have your home fans behind you, but it was awesome. Couldn't have asked for more.
I feel like now that you've gotten a few games under your belt, you can sort of, breathe in the big leagues and you've adjusted a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely helped being up here a few days, getting my routine down and everything, and seeing how everybody goes about their business. It just helps with the fluidity of everything.
Did you get a ball?
I did not.
Anything from your first one?
No. A little shower, but
But did it help to be able to prepare for a team a little bit more, knowing that you're going into the game and pretty much being the starter for sure?
yes, it helped a lot, and I got to sit down and talk with the hitters a lot more and just go in depth with it on my own as well.